All right, Richard Solomon from My Father's Place Radio. Now, today's a very cool day because today we sort of launched the television enterprise. So I have the tin kickers with me. All right, so let me go from right here to here. You are?
I'm Ray Lambiase.
Okay, you are?
Lanny Sichel.
Okay, and you are?
Kate Corrigan.
All right, you guys sounded great. I just loved it. Now, it helped that I had front row center. I know the right people. I know Eppy. He's over there. Right, so so what was it like for you? What was it like?
Oh, it was great fun. It's always fun. We loved being a part of the inaugural effort here, and we go back a long way with Eppy and My Father's Place. So
did you play at the original My Father's Place?
Many times.
What was the name of the band then?
Well, it was just my name at the time.
Okay.
Well, although we did have a few bands. There was
Revolving Door.
The Revolving Door. We had a band, and then there was even a band called the Hot Puppies for a while. But don't forget, it opened in 1973 or 3. So, over 40 years we've had different bands. Yeah.
Wow. Now, Revolving Door, was that descriptive?
Yes. The musicians came and went.
That's like a real rock and roll thing.
Yes. Exactly.
So in many ways, you were ahead of your time.
I think so. I think you can put it that way.
All right. So how did it feel to be up there?
Wonderful, real exciting. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. What's the difference? Yeah.
I've been singing with Kate since we met in college 45 years ago. Is that okay to say, Kate? I'm sorry.
What college was that, by the way?
Stony Brook. State University of Stony Brook. But we've been singing together for 45 years. And Lanny and I were in bands in high school together.
Wow.
And that's even longer ago than that.
Wow. But what was the difference between being sort of in television mode as opposed to concert mode for all of you guys? Let me start with you, Lenny.
I think it was just being conscious of the cameras, where to look. A little bit self-conscious, I think. Just make sure you get everything right. You want it's save posterity, so you want to make sure you get it all perfect.
Now, for you, you're right in the front. Are you more self-conscious because you're singing and the cameras are on you and got to worry about wardrobe issues and things like that?
I wouldn't say self-conscious, but you don't
aware.
Well, I think the single biggest issue is you don't have the opportunity to get into a groove. Like if you're playing a show and you're playing a song, you build up a certain amount of momentum, the band starts to tighten up, and this is very surgical.
Right, it's very sterile. Yeah.
And you perform, check the cameras, stop, catch your breath, they look at the lights, you try again. It's a different animal, but it was still very interesting and something you have to do in show business.
Right. Now, is it hard for you guys to sort of it's more like a rehearsal in the sense you do a song and then you kind of do it again as opposed to, going through your set and getting the energy from an audience. What's it like for you here?
Well, we were equating it to being an actor and having to do the same scene over and over until you get it right. I think it was a little bit more enjoyable than that. No, it was fun. I really did.
All right, why did you pick these for the people that weren't there? What were the 3 songs that you played?
Played Kid Bayonne, and we played that because that's the title track from the new CD, which comes out on Friday, November 23rd.
2018? This is going to be on the archives forever.
2018. So we wanted to play the title cut of the new CD. And She's My Hollywood is just a lot of fun to play. And Black Lipstick, the same thing. We just thought it would be fun.
All right, cool. Now, was there anything different about these versions of the songs that you played today as opposed to what you may have played in the studio?
No.
Okay, so this is all right.
We would have played exactly the same performance if we were playing in front of a live audience.
All right. And I know we would have Mark Mancini here, but he's like like a friend of the show and a friend of My Father's Place too. And I guess and Eppy, Mark for a long time.
Since I was a teenager.
No, you don't know Mark longer than you know me, do you?
No, I know you longer.
There you go. That's what I'd like to.
Because you're older.
Well, I was there at the beginning. I was there at the beginning of My Father's
Ray
Place.
played My Father's Place in 1972.
Is that right? Do you still have the poster?
Don't have the poster, but he played many times. And it was a constant involvement where he opened up for many acts. You may want to ask him who he opened up for.
Who did you open up for? That's a great question.
Well, it's a long list.
Were you
Roger
there?
McGuinn, yeah, McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman, I think. Right?
Yeah, it's a long list.
Sounds like a law firm.
I will tell you my favorite. It is a long list, but my favorite, and I don't know if I've even told Eppy this, was we did, I think it was 4 shows with the reconstituted Mamas and the Papas. And I must have been about 25 or something at the time, and got to be friendly with John Phillips. Right. And I think it was the last show at one point before the show, John Phillips said, "Yeah, you feel like walking to the bar and getting something to drink?" And I think, John Phillips is asking me
was he
to walk with him.
Was he wearing the goofy hat?
No. I was.
That was the gig when I tried to get Mac to go into the hot tub and come home with me, and she says, "No, my dad and I got to go back to the hotel." No one knew yet.
Oh, that's funny.
What's that about? You hang out with your dad?
Yeah, but no, we opened for Pure Prairie League, we opened up for Dave Mason, I remember, Dr. John. It's a pretty long list. Buzzy Linhart.
Wow, this is great trivia. This is great background story.
Yeah, I've met so many people over the years, and I said, "Did you see any of my Father's Place shows in like the 70s and 80s?" And then I would ask them if they remember the opening act, and I said, "Oh, yeah, I was the opening act for that show." No, and I said, yeah.
Now, have you actually ever Googled any of the shows and listened to some of, like, there's some of the people, like, I remember one of my friends was like the opener for, I think, Flo and Eddie, and he actually gave me the MP3s of his show. So is any of your older music archived anywhere or locatable?
Yes, actually. We've got recordings from my father's place from 1980 that are really pretty spectacular. We recorded them on a reel-to-reel tape. And
wow! And is that accessible to the general public now?
No.
Well, maybe it should be. I hear CD. I don't know.
Well,
what's old is new. Just in time for the holidays.
I think I might have put a couple of tracks on my website. Did I think? Has anybody noticed that? I think there's a couple of tracks on my
What
website.
Richard's saying is he'd like to play one on his radio show.
Well, amongst other things, but if I would love to hear the.
Ray would say to that is, "Why don't you play my new record?"
No, we are. We're going to have them come to the station and do a real full-blown interview. But for historic purposes, this is the first television show.
The new Ray Lambiase sounds much better than the old Ray Lambiase. I just want you to know.
So I've matured.
So if you were to hit the time machine button, let's suppose that McCoy can do the Star Trek, time machine thing. Spock is sitting there in the corner, and you could jet back to like the 70s. What would the current Ray tell the guy who's a kid about what to expect or what to do differently?
I would say work on your songwriting more and try to find your own voice sooner. My songwriting, I would say, matured once I stopped trying to be famous.
Okay. But what did you learn from all the famous people? Because obviously you rubbed elbows with tons and tons of well-known established artists.
They were all very. I never had any bad experiences with any of them. They were all very polite.
No. But what did you learn from them? What did you take? What did you get from this? Like when you hang out with lawyers and you see great trial lawyers, you learn some really cool techniques. And you go, I got to do that. Is there anything that you picked up either from dressing rooms or rehearsal sessions or hanging out with people or watching them perform?
I was always so focused on the writing. Like what I learned from different artists was, the craft of songwriting. I would pick up things and that they made a priority of, and clever wordplay. And I remember One Trick Pony, when that album came out, I rediscovered the use of bridges in songwriting. The bridges in that album really opened my eyes to how the bridge needs to be such an important part of the song, not just something to break up the verses.
I hear the next band is on, so I guess what we'll do is come to the studio. We'll pick a time. We'll do a whole full-hour show. You'll come. You'll sing. You
can bring us reel-to-reel.
Bring the reel-to-reel. And by the way, does anybody have 8-track tapes? All right, cool. So this is Richard Solomon with the Tin Kickers. Thank you all for being with us, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, website. You have a website?
RayLambiase.com.
All right, there you go. Simple and easy.